Hello, everyone. Paul Ezel here, and today I want to go over the pros and cons of investing in single-family housing versus multifamily housing, and which one might best fit you, or if a combination of both is what you're looking for. Let's dive right into it here. All right, so some advantages of single-family housing. Obviously, the tenants are going to stay longer in single-family, in large part because they don't have people above them, beside them, below them. They have the yard to themselves. They don't have to share common areas. So if they don't like the other tenants, they're going to want to move out, right? If you don't get along with your tenants, your neighbors, you're going to want to move out. So you have in general, tenants will stay longer single family housing. It's also easier to resell, much easier to resell a single family house than multifamily because there's a way bigger buyer pool on this side than there is on this side. It's less expensive than multi-units, much easier to finance. Single family housing is definitely easier to finance than multifamily. And there is an increasing demand in the single family space. We have obviously a shortage of affordable housing. We have hedge funds coming in and buying them up. They're loving the single family space. They don't want this. They're looking for this because this gives you greater appreciation, right? You're going to appreciate much higher here than you are here. Now, if your goal is to get to 50 doors or 100 doors, you're going to get there much quicker with the multifamily than you will with the single family. So let's go over some of the advantages of the multifamily. More income and better cash flow. So you have multiple tenants paying for your mortgage, lower maintenance cost because it's one building. You have one roof, one driveway, hopefully, or two, maybe at the most. So you have less to maintain, less to handle. It's easier to scale too, because you can get to, like I said, 50 or 100 doors much quicker here than you can here, and with lower costs. Less risk when tenants move out. Like I said, you're not going to lose. If tenants move out in single family, you're losing all your income. Multifamily, you're only losing a portion of it. Now let's go to the cons of single family. Less cash flow, obviously, like we just spoke about there. If a tenant moves out, the vacancies are much more costly, single family, than in a multifamily space. Much harder to scale. So to get to 50, obviously, or 100 doors, you need 50 to 100 houses. For a multifamily, if you have, whether it's duplex, triplex, quad, or even a larger one, you might only need 10 buildings to get to your 40 or to your 50 or to your 100, depending on how many units you're buying there. Because there are some that you can pick up. I have a 12 unit in Casper, Wyoming, so you wouldn't need a ton of those to get to 50 or to get to 100. So it is much easier to scale. So you have less cash flow in a single family than you do in a multifamily. Vacancies are much more costly. Like I said, it's harder to scale. Multifamily cons, tenant turnover. You're going to constantly have tenants turning over these things. So you have more maintenance with that. You're going to have to be replacing carpet. You're going to have to be repainting, replacing the flooring, whatever kind of flooring you do have. And if you're doing this, I highly recommend laminate flooring, vinyl flooring. Do as little carpet as possible because you will literally have to change it with each tenant. So you have more, it's more management intensive because you have more people to deal with. And they are harder to sell, much smaller buyer pool for multifamily than it is for single family. All right, in conclusion, we're heading into more of a single family space than multifamily, in large part because COVID-19, people want to be away from other people. They don't want to be on top of each other, germs, right? And get each other sick. So single family space is definitely growing because of that. Financing for single family has been extremely easy to do for the single family rentals. It gets easier and easier and easier. Multifamily demand is down. However, there's a caveat here I'm going to give you. There is an affordable housing crisis. Single families are less affordable to rent than multi-units are. So because of that, the multi-units are still going to be in demand. You're still going to have people looking to buy them. You may pay $850 a month for a 2-bedroom here, where you're paying $1,250 for a 2-bedroom with a single family. So there's a difference there. And if you can only afford this, that's where you go. Despite the lower demand compared to the single family, there is an affordable housing crisis, like I said. So there is a problem and it always will be in demand. So just remember that whatever is your personal favorite. Me personally, I do love the single family space in part because if I have 100, let's say I have 100 of them and I need to sell 10, easy to sell those 10, get rid of those tenants, sell them, put them on a market, maybe do a little cleanup. Whereas these, you're going to have a much longer hold time and it's going to be a little bit more costly You have to deal with multiple tenants getting out, different time frames, different times leases come up. So for me, it's simpler to single family. However, I will own the multifamily. I'm going to do both, a blend, but with personally myself, I will do more single family. I hope you guys got a lot out of this. If you did, make sure you click on the subscribe button and like button. Give us a thumbs up on that. We really appreciate it. And we'll catch you in the next video.